Ladies and gentlemen, Evolution 2 just passed this weekend, and I must say that Evolution 2 was a pretty damn good PLE. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy DM Smith from DM Nation, and I am here doing a Evolution 2 review. And going into this PLE, man, I wasn't really expecting nothing too crazy or expecting too much out of it. But when I was end up watching it, this ended up being like way better than what I thought it was. Like way better than I thought it was. Literally from the beginning of the match to the end, like it literally kept me like on the edge of my seat for the most of it, you know what I mean? Like I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it way more than obviously the Saturday Night Main Event. Enjoyed it more than NXT, and NXT was good. NXT was good. I kind of like them both the same. I think the Women's Evolution was just a tad bit better in my opinion, but nonetheless, we ain't finna talk about NXT or Saturday Night Main Event. This is strictly, obviously, you can tell, Evolution 2, and we're about to get into it, right? First match of the card is Becky versus Lana versus Bayley, and this is a classic. This is an instant classic. I thoroughly enjoyed this match, man, because, man, not only all the spots was good, but this was just an fun match in my opinion. Like there was even time where Becky and Bayley, when they was like working together at certain points here and there. You know, you got Lyra just being Lyra, you know, just being as fantastic as she is. Like she's doing her thing and etc. Like the ladies were in this match was gonna give you exactly what you needed, man. And that was like a fantastic show, honestly. It was a fantastic show. This was probably arguably like one of my favorite matches of the night, honestly. Probably if it wasn't for the main event, I would say this one was probably like my favorite low key, if anything. I think Becky ended up getting the roll up pin on Bayley, and therefore obviously she retains, etc. But I'm looking forward what they may go with this story, you know. So depending on what they'll do more next with this feud with these three, you know, only time will tell, etc. But overall, like I was just saying, this is a great match. It's definitely one to watch again from time to time. Our next one is Jordynne Grace versus Jacy Jayne. Oh man, like this one here was a real good one in my opinion. Like I don't care what most people say about Jacy Jayne. I think Jacy Jayne is a real talented wrestler. Like she can wrestle in my opinion, and her and Jordynne Grace was going head to head on every encounter. You know, you had your Fatal Influence jumping in from time to time. You had Blake Monroe doing her things from time to time, etc. So it was like a real good match overall. You know, it was a banger pretty much nonetheless. I mean, I really enjoyed this one. And spoilers, if you guys want to skip ahead for this one, I get you on that one. But what ended up happening was, as far as like the finish of this match was pretty crazy. For me, I would say it's unpredictable because I wasn't expecting it to come. But Blake Monroe ended up betraying Jordynne Grace. She hit her with the back of the NXT champion, which she was just coming off the ropes. And yeah, she hit her with that, and Jacy Jayne hit her with the, I forgot the move she calls it when she just turns around and she, you know, since she give him that elbow. I forgot the name of that move. I hate it when that happens. I'm usually like a perfectionist when it comes to move, but obviously not for this video, right? But yeah, so she ended up hitting that. She ended up getting a 1, 2, 3. All right, next we have the tag team championships. We have Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. We have Kabuki Warriors, and we have Sol Ruca Nazaria. Now this was chaotic. This was a very fun watch. I love the reception Charlotte Flair is getting now. It's like it seems like the people are really like getting behind Charlotte Flair ever since like the pairing between her and Bliss, and these two were going crazy the entire match. Of course, I gotta give it to Sol Ruca hitting a soul snatching on Charlotte Flair. Kabuki Warriors was doing their thing, and I must say, I think it's been a while since I've seen Raquel Rodriguez like look dominant. You know, this is like the dominant I've most seen her in a while. I think she was looking dominant against Rhea Ripley in that one match. I forgot what match that was. She was looking dominant then, but I think here it's like dominant. It was like cool how she like pick up Alexa Bliss, have her in that powerbomb position, and she just went and just threw her off the apron, and everybody else caught it, etc. So that was pretty cool. Overall, man, this match was good. The ending for this match was Raquel Rodriguez hitting the Tiana bomb on Sol Ruca, or Soul, but nonetheless, yeah, that was the finish to that match. And overall, in general, like, man, this match was good. This is again one of my favorites as well. Like, this was a very fun match, as you guys can tell how I'm gonna keep saying that over and over again. All right, up next is Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratton, and this was actually a way better than I thought it was. Like, Trish was in there showing out, like she still got a low key. Like, I was very impressed with everything that Trish was doing, and obviously with these two having the chemistry that they have, like, it was like a nice, decent back and forth match. It was actually pretty solid. Like, this match was pretty solid. Like, these ladies here was giving you everything that you needed. You know what I mean? And that was like very cool to see. It was very cool seeing like Trish Stratus being like doing the things she was doing. You know, obviously the still Stratus fashion, still showing the athleticism and all that. And obviously Tiffany Stratus no slouch herself, at least this time she ain't. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no slouch herself here, and she was definitely doing her thing as well. This match ended with I think what ended up happening, I think Trish Stratus was hit her finisher. I think the chick kid, what she used to call it back in the day. So I think she tried to hit the pin. Obviously that didn't work. I think what she tried to do was try to go for the moonsault, the same thing Tiffany Stratton clearly does. But I think Tiffany ended up getting the knees up, and she ended up in her the prettiest moonsault, and that's pretty much how the match ended for that, right? But overall, great match. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing really to say about this. It was like solid and fluid match. All right, our next one is Jade Cargill versus Naomi, the no holds barred match. This was entertaining. That's all I could pretty much say about this. It was definitely entertaining. However, what I will say that is, I don't think I got enough out of Bianca in this, because she was named like the special guest referee of doing the Saturday Night Main Event, and she was named to be referee in this match. And you know what I'm saying, that like it was barely much interaction that I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like some real toy more stuff going on, like choosing between Naomi and Cargill, even though she's with Cargill. At least that's what it looks like, I guess, to a lot of people. It doesn't look like that. But overall, man, this match was pretty cool, man. It was fun. It was definitely like brutal, you know what I'm saying? I think there's moments when Naomi took out the chain, but Jade ended up getting her hands around it, and she wrapped it around her hand, and she like socked Naomi with it. So that was like crazy. That was wild. I think Jade was like laying next to some announce table right there, and Naomi, she like went and did a drop kick, and it like broke something off of the side over there. That shit was wild. That looked pretty crazy. And of course, can't forget about the candlesticks, the chairs. You know, it had a lot of chaotic stuff going on with this one. So the match was what it's supposed to be. You know, it was a little bit slow paced at times, but nonetheless, it was still like overall like a decent watch. But the finish to this was pretty damn good, because man, what ended up happening, Jade ended up hitting the Jaded off the top turnbuckle into the tables. You know what I mean? Like, that's something you would have to see, and that shit looked clean as hell. Like, it looked real clean. That was something you would have to see. But other than that, you know, this match was solid. You know, nothing more, nothing less. And all right, and we have the women's battle royale. The winner of this get to go to Paris for a championship opportunity, right? So just to not really like bore you guys with like a detail with everything that happened. You obviously know some elimination happened here and there, but the one that stuck out to me, I guess, was Alina eliminated Julia. She eliminated Julia. Lash Legend eliminated Nikki Bella. At least the one that stuck out. I'm trying to remember all of them, but it was solid. You know, this was probably my least favorite one out of everything, mainly because the person I wanted to win didn't win, and obviously the person I was going for was Lash Legend. Obviously she did not get that win. It was everyone's favorite Chile girl, and that was Stephanie Vaquera, right? She came out with the dub. And you know what I will say is, obviously there's something they see at Lash Legend, and I hope Lash Legend get pushed to the moon, man, because Lash Legend is fantastic. You know, I feel that she deserves something. You know, hopefully she goes after the women NXT champion. She at least deserved that, but that's just my humble opinion. But other than that, that's not everything that happened in the women's battle royale. It was cool, you know. We had just a name for other thing that I just remember. You have Maxine obviously doing her worm thing, etc. And Natalya tried to do it. It was hella cringe. That didn't pan out, and yeah, that's pretty much what I remember. But nonetheless, what you need to know is that Stephanie got that dub, and that's pretty much all there was to that. And here we are with the last match of the night. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. You know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not going as far as say I'm an Io Sky hater. I won't go say that. But there are times when I feel like Io Sky is overrated as hell, like very overrated. And well, I'm sorry, not very overrated, but you get the idea. I just think she's a little overrated for what people give her. But I will say in this match, man, I might just stop becoming a hater, man. Just stop being a hater, because Io Sky was cooking. She was cooking in this match, man. Like the counter stuff she was doing, and the offense she was on was insane. Like it was like real good. Like this is probably like the first time I seen Rhea Ripley like not so dominant in a match, you know what I mean? Like usually Rhea Ripley is like always dominant to a certain extent, right? But here it was like, it almost felt like Io Sky was carrying her for the most part, if you ask me. Like Rhea was getting carried like crazy. But in a sense, like this match was like, I mean, it lived up to the hype, if you ask me. It really did. Like it was a real good ass match. Like this what obviously match of the night, and these two ladies definitely performed and they showed out a lot, and I just had to give credit to them, man. If anything I could point out that happened in the match, let's see. I mean, you have again Io with this nice move with the apron rope, and she like turned it to something. It was crazy. It was something she did against the road that was wild. That was crazy. You know, it was pretty damn good. There was like one point in the match where Io Sky got hit with the Razor Edge and a power bomb. She ended up kicking out of that, and I think what ended up happening, the ref, Jessica, I believe that's her name, and she got like drop kicked or whatever, so she was like out. You know how these referees are, you know, they get hit with like the musical of anything, and they out for the entirety till it's time for them to get up again, right? So there was that. And then but then these ladies, they end up like fighting through the crowds and everything. Then they got to this one portion of the crowd where it's I don't know what Rhea looked like she was going for or whatever, but whatever she was going for obviously didn't work. Io counter, if anything. And then what ended up happening was, I think they was like 20 feet in the air, and you know, because her name is Io Sky, Genius of the Skies, you know, she dove off of that thing, and you know, she hit Rhea or whatnot. So they end up like finding their way like back to the arena, etc. And I think what ended up happening, something ended up happening, I forgot what it was, but not Io, but Rhea was in a position to get hit with a over the moon moonsault. And she did get hit with that, but she ended up kicking out of it, you know, and the crowd went crazy. Because usually over the moonsault is like Rhea Ripley's like kryptonite, you know, that's that one move that puts her out. So that ended up happening, and then somehow they got in this position, and she ended up Io ended up hitting like a spinner's fly. So these two was out for a good little second, so they was out of it, right? Then guess what ended up happening? You hear that music hit, and guess who comes running? It's Naomi with the briefcase, with the Money in the Bank briefcase. So she's running down there, she cashing it in, you know. So right then and there, it became a triple threat match, and then pretty much she ended up gaming the Io the 1-2. Come here, wow, you know what I'm saying? Dropping her, took Rhea, rammed her through the post, hit the split-legged moonsault on Io, and bam, that's pretty much what's the finish of that. So that's pretty much what's Evolution. So overall, in my opinion, Evolution, man, was, like I said, a great PLE. Like all these matches were good and etc., man. So now that Naomi cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase, she's technically a Raw superstar, if I'm not mistaken, right? She's the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. And I'm looking forward to her run, man. I hope she has a solid run. But speaking of run, I will say, man, like I wish they did do Io run a little better. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not the biggest Io fan ever, even I got to admit that they didn't do her run no justice at all. She literally only had like one championship match, and that's literally since WrestleMania. And since then, she kind of has been doing nothing her way. She was on NXT that one time, but after that, I think she didn't really appear much at all. There were times that I would forget that Io Sky was champion, so that's like that is insane for her. So, but I'm looking forward to what they're gonna have in this mix, though. I mean, there's ways they can go about this, I guess. You know, now Naomi's are Raw, so I guess you're gonna be intertwining with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley next episode, and other things that I look forward to. If there's anything I missed, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, that's pretty much your Evolution 2. Again, this is your boy DM Smith for DM Nation, and I will be catch you in the next one. Peace and take care.